your center of gravity is going to be at its absolute highest with regard to all of those different exercises. And because your center of gravity is at its highest, that means you are going to have the greatest core engagement with the Hey everyone, Steven here from Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 ab exercises, and spoiler alert, none of them are crunches. When it comes to abs, if you would like to have visible abs, you need to be able to shed the layer of fat that is covering them, and in order to do that, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which means the best ab exercises are going to be the ones that burn the most amount of calories, your big compound lifts. If you recall, there are 2 different types of exercises. We have isolation exercises and we have compound exercises. Isolation exercises are exercises that only involve one joint of the body. Let's say you are doing a bicep curl. When you do a bicep curl, you are flexing the elbow and only the elbow. So because only one joint is moving, which is the elbow, that makes it an isolation exercise. Isolation exercises, they involve fewer muscles and smaller muscle groups. Whereas with compound exercises, let's say you are doing something like a chin-up. Whenever you are doing any type of pulling motion, you are going into extension of the shoulder and you are doing flexion of the elbow. So you have 2 joints that are moving. So anytime you have 2 or more joints moving, that is a compound lift. The reason that compound lifts are so great is because you recruit more muscles and larger muscle areas, meaning you are going to burn a lot more calories. Now that we got all that out of the way, I'm going to share with you my top 5 ab exercises. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the conventional deadlift. With regard to the deadlift, if you lift a greater mass over a greater distance, you are going to burn more calories. And with regard to the actual deadlift, the deadlift, that is an exercise that most people, it is going to be their strongest lift. So because you are going to be able to lift the most amount of mass with that exercise, that is what is going to make it a tremendous calorie burner. And aside from lifting a lot of weight with the exercise, you are also involving a tremendous amount of extra muscles when you perform that exercise. Let's start from the ground up. When we actually perform the deadlift, if we look at the actual ankle joint, when we have to stand up, we are performing plantar flexion of the ankle. Because we are doing plantar flexion, just a couple of muscles that are being involved is going to be the soleus and the gastrocnemius, which are 2 of your calf muscles. Then if we go one more joint above to the knee, when we do a conventional deadlift, the knee is going into extension. So all of our quadricep muscles are going to be engaged. Our vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius, and also our rectus femoris. If we go one more joint up to the hip, our hip is going into extension. When we do extension of the hip, we are working our hamstring group, so the biceps femoris, the semimembranosus, the semitendinosus, and we are also working all of our gluteal muscles, so we are working our gluteus maximus. Then if we move even higher up, we have to maintain a nice neutral spine, and in order to do that, we have to activate our lumbar extensors and also our thoracic extensors. And when we are pulling with the bar, we have to engage our latissimus dorsi. So that is why the conventional deadlift makes it at number 5. The number 4 ab exercise is going to be the barbell back squat. Why? Well, pretty much everything that I said about the conventional deadlift applies to the barbell back squat. The reason that I have the barbell back squat ahead of the deadlift is because the bar is on your back, so your center of gravity is going to be a lot higher. When your center of gravity is higher, that means you're going to have a lot more core engagement. So that is why I have the barbell back squat at number 4. Coming in at number 3, that is going to be the barbell forward step lunge. Pretty much everything that I said about the last 2 exercises is also going to apply to the barbell lunge. The reason that I have the lunge ahead of the actual barbell back squat is because with the barbell lunge, you are on one leg for a decent amount of time when you are actually stepping forward. Because you are on one leg, whenever you are on one leg, you require a lot more balance and a lot more stability in all of your different muscles. And also, when you are on one leg, you are going to have a lot more core engagement, and that is why the lunge comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the weighted chin-up. The reason that the weighted chin-up is going to come in at number 2 is because when you do a weighted chin-up, by putting the dip belt around your waist, that is going to bring your lumbar spine into extension or hyperlordosis. And in order to counteract that, you have to engage your abdominals by going into retroversion of the pelvis and flexion of the spine. When you do that, you're going to get a lot more core engagement. And trust me, if you've never done weighted chin-ups, they are a terrific ab exercise. I do weighted chin-ups quite often, but the last 6 weeks, I've been doing a different type of routine, and I haven't done any chin-ups in 6 weeks. A couple days ago was my first time doing weighted chin-ups in about 6 weeks, and my abs were incredibly sore yesterday. So give it a try. The weighted chin-up is going to be a terrific exercise, and also you are going to burn a ton of calories because you are going to be lifting a lot of weight. And then finally, the number 1 ab exercise, that is going to be the standing military press. Why? Well, pretty much everything that I said with all the other exercises are going to apply. You're going to be using a tremendous amount of muscles, and also when you do the standing military press, because you are pressing the weight overhead, your center of gravity is going to be at its absolute highest with regard to all of those different exercises. And because your center of gravity gravity is at its highest, that means you are going to have the greatest core engagement with the military press. Now, if you would like to get shredded abs, be sure to include these 5 exercises into your training program. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any other top 5 exercises you would like me to break down for you, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.